All right, guys, this is the last lesson of the unit, and I do recommend that you go ahead and print up the sheets. There's a lot of diagrams you're going to be working from. It's probably just easier to put it all together. It's going to be a longer lesson. So, perimeter. Hopefully you all remember that perimeter is the distance around a shape. And area is the square units a surface occupies. I'm never a fan of this definition. Basically, perimeter is putting a fence around your property. Area is the amount of grass on the land. Find the area and perimeter of the following shape. Perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. You could also do side plus side plus side plus side, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming you know this one. Follow bed mass to finish this. And for perimeter, it's just centimeters. Area is length times width. So 6 times 4 or 24 centimeters squared. Now, you'll get a formula sheet. I guess you guys aren't doing EQAO, but you'll get a formula sheet for your exam, assuming you do an exam, with all these formulas on it. But for today's lesson, you are going to need to know a few of them. We've already established it for a rectangle that perimeter is 2 length plus 2 times width, or you could also simplify it as 2 length plus width. That should be a W. That's getting uglier by the second. All right. For a tringle, A plus B plus C. There is no shortcut there. And circles are always goofy. It's either pi d or 2 pi r. Now, we'll come back for it, but there should be a pi button on your calculator. Try finding it. Try getting in the habit of using it. Area of a rectangle, length times width, as we've already said, that's an L. Triangles are a little special, 1/2 base times height, or in this case, B. And area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay, so now that we got some basic facts down, we're going to do a quick review of what we did last section, I'm sorry. Remember to expand. Remember your rules. Dang nabbit. -4, -12. Got to get better with my x's. That character recognition thing does not like my x's. Okay. Where are we? -12x cubed. No other x squared plus 4x. Oh. Is there nothing for me to simplify? Oh, there's nothing for me to simplify. So I don't even need that extra line. It's already done. All right. Now, back in the good old days, before algebra existed, you'd have been handed a problem like this. And you most likely would have approached it this way. Oops. So taking the area of the large shape, in this case the rectangle, and subtracting the area of the smaller shape, in this case the triangle. So I usually start off by putting the formulas in for the individual things, just so I know what shapes they are. You're welcome to do them individually. You're welcome to find out what the area of the rectangle is and the area of the triangle is and do it all individually. But it's a good habit to get into, to try and do everything in one big thing. And come grade 11, you will appreciate that advice. 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18, equals 38 centimeters squared. Okay, so here we have the same type of questions, but now we're adding in those daggum binomial stuff. So how do we do it? And the answer is the same way we did the last one. Same starting formula, except that instead of having a defined length, we've got craziness. But that's fine. We know how to deal with craziness. 5x plus 5x is 10x. There's nothing with that, so it's a -4. Life is good. No problem. Notice I didn't write out the step where I dropped brackets. Now, you probably have started doing this already and just figure hee and getting away with something. I don't care. As long as you do the plus and minus directly, no problem. Where I'm going to say you should write it out is if there's a value in front of it other than a positive or a negative. And the reason for that is mostly just because most of you probably aren't quite ready yet to do it all in your head. I find one of the biggest mistakes is that people try to do too much in their heads, and then it becomes a problem. All right. Oh, I didn't do the area. I don't have the space to do the area. So on DISA 1, we're going to calculate the area. And it's the exact same thing. Find your length, your length, your width, and solve. So if I'm taking my length as being 4x plus 3, I don't know what that was, but that was irritating. 4x plus 3, that's an x, multiplied by 2x. Now, it doesn't matter that it's at the end, because either way, it's multiplication, right? 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. So 2x times 4x is 8x. 2x times 3 is 6x. Oops, forgot my squared. Yes, I can hear Keegan yelling from here. And you would find the perimeter the same way as we did above. My apologies. On the smart board, I'd be able to extend it and do more things to make it work. But here I'm kind of running low on options. So here we have a slightly more complicated option, but it's really not a whole lot different than what we did up here. Okay, we found the area of the large and we subtracted what was cut out of it. Well, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to find the area of the large, and then we're going to subtract the small one. And in this case, oops, since they're both the same shape, it's going to be the same formula. Now, maybe later on, they'll get grumpy with you, and you really should designate that it's L of the large and W of the large. I don't really care. Just get it right. So 3t 8 minus 2t minus t times 3 minus t. Okay, and so we found the area of the large. We've got the formula for the area of the small, and we're going to expand. Now here I can't extend my page. Yay, 3t times 8t is 24t. 3 times -2 is -6t squared minus, oops, t times 3 is 3t. Negative t times negative t is plus t squared. And simplify. Cool. I've got it written down backwards on my sheet. Negative 6t plus t is negative 5t squared. Negative 24t minus 3t is negative 27t. All right. Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Okay, give it a shot. Now, in this case, looking off the things, you can see that the bricks are the shaded area. Same logic. Wait a second. Oh, sorry, guys. On mine, I did this because you guys haven't learned how to do that yet. So 3x plus 7 minus x times 2x plus 5. Expand 9x squared. Nine x minus 2x is 7x squared. Sorry, I'm being lazy saying it. 21x plus 5x is 26x. And I messed something up. Oh, that should be a minus. That's why. Where'd my eraser go? There it is. So that should be a minus, which is going to change that. There we go. Okay. Now, I've only been showing you as there's been one way. There's actually different ways. You could break this up into smaller pieces if you wanted to. So the first way we've been looking at things is area of the large minus area of the small. And solve. So even though it's a great big mess, you know what, I'm not even going to write it out because it's not going to fit. Me writing with my finger is not the greatest. Sorry, guys. All right. You also could old school it and divide it up into smaller pieces. Okay. You are familiar with how to do these things. Let's see. Oh, that's not going to work. How did I do that?